Welcome to the Pattern Recognizer. I'm Desmarques. Most people are running programs they never chose, patterns inherited, programmed, and unconsciously repeated. Today we expose one of those patterns, see exactly how it works, and discover the precise shift that can set you free. Let's begin. Imagine a trivial comment at the dinner table, one sentence, nothing major. And then months later, your whole relationship feels knotted. Every negotiation feels like failure. Every new doorway triggers the same small panic. That small sting has grown into a life-sized knot. You live in its loops, and the knot quietly steers you. I call this pattern the echo knot. In the next 7 minutes, I will name the pattern precisely, expose the mechanism, psychological and esoteric, and give you one exact daily practice, the untangle minute, you can do today to interrupt the loop. The work is practical, not mystical. If you've experienced trauma or crisis, treat this as maintenance and seek trained support where needed. Definition. The echo knot is a self-reinforcing loop where an original emotional imprint becomes an automatic reactive pattern, an echo that keeps replaying across people, places, and roles. Example, you hear dismissal from a boss, and later the same feeling resurfaces with a partner, a friend, and during financial choices. The content changes, names, settings, but the emotional motion is identical. Small patterns, big transformations. Let's expose the mechanism. Psychologically, the echo knot has 3 working parts: a trigger, a micro-decision, and a reinforcement schedule. The trigger is often old conditioning, a childhood's dismissal, a cultural shame, a repeated micro-rejection. The micro-decision is the instant you choose reaction over presence, usually unconscious. And the reinforcement schedule is the slow compounding of outcomes. Each time you react, the environment responds in ways that make the reaction more probable next time. Over months and years, those micro-decisions stack into identity. Neurologically, your brain economizes. A familiar reaction is cheaper than fresh attention. Dopamine and habit circuits reward predictability. So the knot is elegant and tyrannical. It reduces cognitive load by replaying the same motor, emotional, and conversational script. That economy is useful until it locks you out of choice. Now the esoteric layer. Picture a torus, a donut-shaped field of energy that circulates inward and outward. And imagine a knot threaded through it. The torus is your lived field, feedback loops of body, story, and culture. The knot is the repeated crossing, the echo that threads attention back into itself. Think of the Mobius strip, one-sided, folded identity. The echo appears to be the whole, because attention follows the twist. But geometrically, the knot is a localized configuration. Untie that crossing, and the whole field relaxes. A short stoic lens, you cannot control external events, only your ascent to impressions. Presence is the axis, the stable center that doesn't tumble with the echo. A Gnostic lens, distinguish the echo, the repetitive outer signal, from the axis, the inner knowing that remembers origin and purpose. Where Stoicism trains the muscle of ascent, Gnostic practice separates image from essence. Both point to the same operational move, attention placement. Sacred geometry helps us see where to place attention. If the knot is a crossing in the torus, don't try to yank the whole shape apart. Drop your attention to the crossing point, the precise felt moment that initiates the loop, and loosen it. Think of unhooking a single stitch, the pattern collapses. You are not the echo. You are the silence it bounces off. Return to the center. Here is the reframe and the deeper truth. Identity is not the sum of repeated reactions. The echo is a learned reflex. It has history, not destiny. One interior shift practiced consistently reorganizes the knot the way loosening one crossing releases a rope. One shift changes everything. Awareness first, action second. Now the practice you asked for, the untangle minute. Actually 3 minutes, with clear steps you can do anywhere. Step 1. Label the resonance. 30 seconds. When you feel the familiar twitch, name it aloud or in your head. Say, this is the old abandonment echo. Labeling creates cognitive distance. Step 2. Trace the first felt moment, 60 seconds. Anchor into the very first physical sensation, the tightness behind the sternum, the heat in the throat, the clench in the jaw, and trace it backward to the earliest instant you can feel it. Do this without story, just sensation. This locates the crossing point in the torus. Step 3. Take one non-reactive repositioning action, 45 seconds. Choose a small opposite action that contradicts the echo. If the echo pushes withdrawal, reach briefly. If it pushes blame, offer a neutral question. If it pushes scarcity, make a small generous gesture. The action is tiny and practical. It creates a new reinforcement pathway. Step 4. Re-anchor with breath, 25 seconds. 3 slow breaths, full exhale, and mentally recommit. I am the axis. This seals a new micro-pattern. Do this once a day as maintenance, and in low-stakes moments when the echo rises. Again, this is daily maintenance, not a substitute for professional clinical care in acute trauma. Why this works? Labeling engages prefrontal cortex to interrupt automaticity. Tracing sensation recalibrates interoception. Your nervous system learns a finer map. The non-reactive action rewrites the reinforcement schedule by giving the brain a new outcome for a familiar trigger. Energetically, you shift attention from the loop to the crossing point, loosening the knot geometrically. Tiny repetitions produce durable rewiring. Recap. Name the echo knot. See its 3-part mechanism. Trigger, micro-decision, reinforcement. Notice the torus and knot geometry and practice the 3-minute untangle minute once today. I've put an untangle minute worksheet in the show notes to guide you through the steps. That is the pattern. That is the mechanism. And that is your shift today. If you're ready to decode the full architecture of your life, explore my complete library at Desmarques.com. The pattern is the prison. Awareness is the key. I'll see you in the next episode.